Oh my god. Good morning, everybody. As always, Puddin decides to mess with me by saying something to get me to laugh. Hi, Puddin.
Oh, did that go out live?
No, it didn't
Or
go
did
out
I-
live, but it was
I
just
missed
before it was about to.
it. Just so you're all wondering, I said I should change my name to I'm with Zath.
I mean, I can change it for you if you want, but I don't know that you need that necessarily. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of our tournament here. This is the Enterprise I tournament. Yesterday was a lot of fun. Let me hit a button here. There you go. So yesterday was a lot of fun. We had 8 different groups duking it out with 3 teams of 3 players each within each group. And they fought it out for basically naming rights of their entire group and leadership role. So they've done so, and now what's going to happen is we now have all 8 groups. Those 8 groups will fight each other. Now, the groups that win from the first round move into the second. In the winners, kind of a winner's bracket, if you will. If they win twice, then those teams are going to be seeds 1 and 2. The 4 losing teams, all right, are going to end up in the loser's bracket here, okay? And then the losers from there, the 2 losing teams, become seeds 7 and 8. And then the losers from the winner's bracket and the winners from the loser's bracket go into basically a showdown to figure out who's going to be seeds 3 and 4 and who's going to be 5 and 6. Remember, 1, 2, 3, and 4 will start in the winner's bracket on Saturday. And then 5, 6, 7, 8 will start in the loser's bracket on Saturday. So these bottom teams here basically are facing elimination right from the get-go. KNGK, hello, good morning. Who made these awesome graphics? That is none other than Clef Ender, who is, I believe, streaming right now as well. And he raided over yesterday.
It's an awesome video. Like, I love the video until the end, and the end just kills it. To when you see the torpedo just bounce. I'm like, why can't we have this in the game?
Well, I mean, the thing about that video is it's so great at introducing so many concepts, right? The overmatch formula, fire chance, all that kind of stuff, right? And how all those numbers come into play to make a game amazing. And then it ends with a torpedo bouncing off a ship, which is not possible in this game. And it's so
you get to see the mind
annoying.
of a super unicom.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to see a random battle player at the end of, oh,
right.
Look, just pure luck.
Right. So where are we at here for today? So we are in a best of 3 today. Let me put the other graphic up here. So we've got best of 3, and you can see the ship restrictions there. I'm not going to read them all out to you because you've got eyes and brains, and I've got things I need to do. For us, NTT versus Guilty, picked maps are Sleeping Giant, so that's where we're going to go first. And then after Sleeping Giant, why do I have 2 of them? It's kind of fun. And then after Sleeping Giant, we're going to go to Haven. Now, I don't even have any maps for these, so that doesn't matter. I won't have to program anything in. That makes it easier. Hello, Only Smed. Banned ships coming up, Colombo and Condi, and Libertad and Lucian. Remember, both teams have get to ban 2 ships for this. I'm taking a look at the training room, and training room is not full yet, so that's fine. Our start time is in 7 minutes. Just like yesterday, guys, we will do our very best to manage commercial breaks and make sure you guys don't miss out on any of the action. So I'm going to try to run one in a little bit just to make sure everything works. Congratulations on your, what is that, 4070 Ti or 5070 Ti that I just saw you talking about there, KNGK. 5070 Ti. Yeah, that's probably where I would go should my 3080 Ti break on me. Or I can just wait for 5080 Super, 5080 Ti. I don't know. I'm in no rush right now. I've been working to protect my graphics card as much as possible, so I've actually been undervolting it quite a bit. Saved a lot of wattage. So yesterday, my peak wattage was like 220, 240 watts. And before, I was messing with with all of this, my peak wattage was, where is it? 346. So I've shaved 120 watts off the top, and the thing's still working great. So, yay. But anyway, so, you know, trying to keep that thing alive as long as possible. I do have a 3070 non-TI, non-super, just ready to go if I need to. But anyway, so as you can see, a bunch of people streaming. I chose NTT and Guilty because it was the last one. Nobody picked it, and I want to make sure all of these matches are covered if possible. That includes moving to Losers 1.3 and 1.4. Now, I don't know where we're going to end up here at the very end. We'll see. But the interesting thing about this is because it's a best of 3, we don't know if we're going to have, you know, 2-0 Slaughterfests. We don't know how that's going to work necessarily. So sit tight with us. We're going to be pretty quick on our heels trying to find other games. That's one of the things Put and I always do. Hello from Kurdistan. Hello, Mosa, over on YouTube. So as a reminder, 2-minute delay. If something's wrong, if you don't like something, shout it out now. Shout it out as soon as possible in chat. Repeat yourself if you need to make sure I see it. If I respond accordingly, cool, we're good. Just gotta wait 2 minutes for everything to catch back up again. Okay? I don't know if there's anything else to talk about real quick here, Puddin'.
Well, we can talk about the weather again.
So you guys missed a really interesting end of yesterday. And I know, Puddin', you missed it too because you had to leave and then sleep.
My stomach was just in so much pain yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. And you know, hey, all good, no judgment there. So in the group stages yesterday, as a reminder, Group 1, TWA easily defeating everybody with 12 points. I think they had the highest point amount here. In Group 2, we ended up with a tiebreaker match between FSO-1 and SSB, and I think FSO-1 won. I can't remember exactly which off the top of my head now. The long day yesterday. In Group 3, we have Guilty that won over TFX and NGS. In Group 4, Shots defeated Exile and Ray. In Group 5, Entity defeated Seco7 and Wookie 5. And in Group 6, Bao2 narrowly defeated NAC and TACO, Taco. Hello, Pete, over on YouTube. How are you doing? And I'm seeing you, KNG, by the way. I'm not ignoring you. I almost went 14 gen processor as well, and then I said, nah, I want something newish. So anyway, and then Group 7 was the other tiebreaker we had. That was FFP and TFD, and I want to say TFD won that one. I don't remember exactly. They didn't update it on here. And then finally in Group 8, UWTS defeated Tosh2 and TODN. So you are going to see today these winning teams. So for example, you're seeing Guilty. Now what's going to be confusing for you and me alike is that the team's press accounts aren't renamed. So you're going to see 3 players most likely from Guilty in their name, and you're going to see 3 players with TFX in their name and 3 players with NGS in their name, which will get hella confusing when we're trying to talk about teams and what different teams are doing. It is what it is. So yeah, where are we at? Okay, I'm gonna fire off a commercial break now just to clear that out of here, and I'll probably be doing commercial breaks pretty aggressively just in case we have to go and, you know, rush to a group, you know, game 3 someplace or whatnot. Okay. God, anything else to? So the last game, Puddin', the last game. Remember yesterday I was joking about wanting to see Apollo Emilio. Remember I was joking about that?
Yeah.
Apollo Emilio. Apollo Emilio. It was in the last game. I don't remember if it was TFD or FFP. Whichever one lost, essentially. They brought Apollo Emilio, and it was up against the Massachusetts, Weimar, and I want to say a Schroeder. I think that was the way it was. And I was so excited. I'm like, this is going to be great. We're going to watch the Apollo Emilio just go and raffle stomp the battleship and all that. And hats off to the winning team. They did a great job of keeping the 2 cruisers right by the battleship so it can block any point of ingress from the Apollo. And as soon as that smoke went up, bam, Hydro goes. There's Apollo, and he just evaporated. I could not believe it. I could not believe it.
You should have expected it.
You know, I think
yes,
he was.
We're going to see the YOLO, right? That's the dream. And then
That is the
reality
dream.
is,
That is the dream, yeah.
oh, he's surrounded by 6-kilometer hydro and everything's secondaries. He's not going to get close.
I was, you know, and you can tell that that player was frustrated. They wanted to make a play, and they just couldn't find a way in to do that play. And I think they were just hoping that torpedoes from the key had triggered Hydro, and it did not happen. So they tried to time it, and it didn't quite work out so well in their favor. So
right, you just send it. I don't care if it's the French DD that you just send it and pray for the best. And in a tournament like this, you just go for it.
Hello, Hoghammer. Absolutely. You either go for it right away or whatever, or you take your time and try to go into that position to make it work. Unfortunately, they weren't able to make that happen. It is now 10 o'clock. It is starting time. And we are missing 6 players from one team. Confused screaming.
Well, I mean, they said everything in German. So
They said things in
I'm
German.
immediately lost.
But, yeah, it's supposed to start now. Okay, they're coming in. They're coming in. Excellent. They're coming in.
Maybe they
So
were waiting
we're
for
missing-
the intro music.
Yeah. All right, so they're making their way in right now, and we should be bringing you guys the first round pretty darn soon. .tm. One player missing from Team Guilty. Looks like an NGS player. Went to their channel and told them. Perfect. Perfect. We don't want to start off with a forfeit. We've done that enough, haven't we, Puddin? Like the beginning of a tournament day, just people don't show up.
Well, I mean, worst case scenario, you know, tag me in. I've got a Pensacola. Right? That's not banned, is it?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'll let them know.
They're not going to read the rules.
All right. Frosty Balls 008. Thank you for your tier 1 resub, sir. 23. Oh my god, you're coming up on 2 years of subscription to this channel. Thank you very much, Frosty. Appreciate you. 23 months subscription are as cool and essential as a fresh breeze on the high seas. Thanks for steering your support straight into our fleet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go.
Now, isn't the Enterprise tournament normally like day one? You find out what teams are going to combine, and then they combine like, you know, 2 teams, and then day 2 is the rest of the combination. Like, you know, they're picking up more players.
That's how they
Right,
did it
isn't how they
traditionally. Traditionally,
Yeah, I mean,
they went 3 versus 3, then 6 versus 6, and then they turned into 9. But the problem when they did that was one of the 3 was dropped. And this is a little different. Oh my goodness. We got a game, Puddin.
Don't count your eggs until they're hatched yet. Like, we still have plenty of time for mulligans.
Oh goodness. Oh, and I have to go with the reversed screen. Apologies. There we go.
Oh God, I'm gonna throw up.
And a reminder, guys, we do have giveaways going during the day. All you have to do is be a follower of the channel and active in chat. This is on Twitch. So if you're on YouTube, Rumble Kick, you can go on Twitch, look for a message or something. I'll try to call it out. You usually have 10 minutes to enter. With a 2-minute delay, that's like 8. And there's also a giveaway on the rerun channel that will be in about 10 minutes. Okay, so let's take a look at our first game here. This is Guilty versus Entity. We didn't get a chance to see either of these teams yesterday, and this is on Sleeping Giant. Teams can take tier 9, 10, or 11 super ships if they would like. I don't recall if there's a specific number. I'll have to double check that after the game. So we have a Johnston, a Z42, and a Zorky. Super ship Zorky over there, plus a Neustrashimi. That's 4 destroyers for Guilty. For cruisers, Marsilli, an Utrecht, a Hanover, another super ship, a Vermont, and a Cerberus. Wow. Hello, Shin. What do we got to the south, Puddin?
To the south, we have a Nebly with Pack-a-Punch, a Ledgemod Collab. Oh no, a Ledgemod Golden New, a Z42, typical cap contest, I guess, build there.
Mm-hmm.
We have another Napoli with Pack-a-Punch. Yes, we're running double Napoli.
Mm-hmm.
We have Ohio built for standard battleship, I guess. Thank God he's not running concealment.
Mm-hmm.
The main who is running concealment, just whatever. Colbert and the Gearing over to Chocolate. Now, I do believe yesterday what you were saying was, I think they can bring 1 super ship and then all tier 10s, or they can bring in some tier 9s, 2 super ships with a couple tier 10s.
Yeah, so that was actually, I had gone too far in the rules when we were reading the rules. That is actually for, oh, no, it's, okay, yeah. So you can either take, they had it in the section for next weekend, but it also applies for today. So you're right, 8 tier 10s and 1 tier 9, or 2 super ships, 5 tier 10, and then 2 tier 11 or tier 9 ships. So, yeah. A lot to keep track of, and I can imagine that Million, who is our ref, is taking a look at the lineups probably and checking it against the rule set to make sure that there is no inappropriate lineup here, as we have Z42s making first contact in the B cap. And good morning to you as well, DS9 Ranger. Yeah, Z42 is a fun destroyer if you're good at using the AP. That's really the key for that thing. Her HE is pretty anemic. Hydro is nice on it. I don't know, Puddin', you like the 42?
God, I haven't played that ship in forever.
Yeah, that's the problem when there's so many ships out there, and of course, Puddin' and I also testing ships or playing new ships as they come out. In my case, like, it's confusing after a while. You only get a couple games in a ship, and then you move on to the next, unfortunately.
Pretty much you just get the first win, and then I just retire it.
That's right.
That, and I'm still on my journey of 2,000 games played on a curve first, so...
Alright, we have 2 ships butt touching, the Neustrashimi and the Gearing make contact. Neustrashimi, of course, has that 5.6 kilometer concealment, which is identical to that of the Gearing with the unique upgrade.
That's right, there's no radar ships allowed either.
Yup, no radar allowed.
Yeah, I was going to play in Missouri.
Which is also something that was in the requirements for next weekend, I thought. But apparently that also applies for today.
Well, the Bravo Z42 just stopped short from the Zorky.
I'm watching Black Blueberry's Hanover just doing the German thing and going straight through the A-cap. He's going to try to get into the Thunderdome. Question is he going to make it? I think he's going to die in sight of it.
Nah, he'll make it. I mean, what's he going to do? Eat all these torpedoes that he knows are coming?
Probably not. Probably not. So many secondaries, the game can't even display them all.
Well, if they manage to kill a Hanover, that's less secondaries for the game to worry about.
Yeah, but look at Der Flazer's Napoli.
Oh, he'll be fine as a Napoli. You act
It's
like
a
that thing
Napoli.
actually takes damage.
Well, it kind of did.
AR up and ready.
It kind of did. He took 36,000 damage from the Hanover alone.
Well, I mean, I think he came out on top over to Hanover.
Probably.
Who's now in the Thunderdome, and we all know what happens when you go in the Thunderdome. You just never leave. Right? He has to wait for an opponent to enter before he can even think about leaving.
Now, Lord Vako asks, why Neustrashimi? Why? Because it's got the best in-class concealment. I had just mentioned its concealment compared to the Gearing and, of course, Shimakaze. So that's fantastic. It's got the super heal, and it's got pretty good torpedoes as well. She brings a lot of good tools to the fight, and she's a tier 9, so she frees up space for a tier 10 or a super ship, depending on how they choose to deploy. What does my watch want me to do? Okay, cool. So we got Johnston smoking up the Utrecht, Nicey Nader over on the border, and they're trying to farm down this Ohio.
Well, they probably will.
I'm sure they will, because the Ohio continues to advance.
I mean, I think it's a little too, like, I think he pulled his gamer turn way too late here.
The Ohio?
Yeah, I think he should have done it the minute the Hanover went into the Thunderdome.
Hmm.
Oh, look at all those overpens on the light cruiser. Well, while all that was going on, Team Alpha managed to get bacon.
There you go.
And they are rotating a Zorky over to get chocolate. Like, they are committed to this, it looks like.
It's funny, Metal Machines Johnson is trying to smoke up Nicey Nader's Utrecht, but because the Kleber is on the border, he's actually spotting through the smoke right now. Altidore, that was indeed a Hunt for October reference. I'm glad somebody picked that up.
What are we doing now?
I said Black Blueberry was going to die in sight of the Thunderdome.
Oh.
Your Russian's going to make it to America, all right. Going to die in sight of it.
Well, chocolate looks like it's getting flipped over for Team Bravo, but I don't know if they're going to have the ships to hold it, considering Vermont is paddling its way over.
Well, and you can see now Neustrashimi just backs into Sea-Cap, and that's all it needs. Insolicious is going to have to fall back. And remember, the Gearing doesn't get a heal. The Neustrashimi does. So I'd wager he's pretty well suited for this kind of task of spotting everything, playing the capping game. And if he takes a random torpedo or two, he can just heal at least a decent amount of that back.
Yeah, but the Neustrashimi's messing up. He did not pop his good luck defensive AA, which clearly allowed the Gearing to get away.
You know, with all the Dutch ovens in the game now, right, from the Outlu and, you know, the new Dutch light cruiser line, Neustrashimi is even more valuable too with that defensive anti-air fire if you think about it.
Oh, you're one of those people that think AA actually works?
Hey, I've seen Neustrashimi with defensive anti-air shoot down a lot of planes in an airstrike.
Right, but the problem is the airstrike still got through.
I was gonna get there next, but you know.
Oh, look, he shot down 47 planes. It's the only problem was there were 300 coming at you.
And they already dropped their bombs. Oof, Colbert barely dodges the torpedoes there, but he had the Hydra going, so he knew that was coming. We still have the Z-42 standoff in B.
I was gonna say, I don't like this play by the Ohio coming back in. Like,
well,
your presence will be felt even on the H line. Preserve your HP a little bit better.
yeah,
you
but
know, two Napoli's going at the Marsilli it doesn't last.
So here's the deal, right? They're looking at the map as Guilty gets first blood at the Z42 and B. They're looking at the map and they're saying, okay, we can't make something work at C cap. So if we can't make it work at C, we have to make it work at A, and that's why they're all moving forward right now. The Ohio is slowly creeping up. The Napoli's moving up. I don't like Der Flazer's position in his Napoli there. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. Maybe he's waiting for the Hydro to end so he can smoke, but he's just going to come out broadside. Well, okay. That could have been really bad for him. It could still be really bad for him, depending on what Black Blue... Oh, here comes the shells.
Right. Oh, look at all that non-damage.
Yeah, because he turned in quickly enough.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, but, like, this comes down to, like, the basics yet again. You got an island, you got a ship on the other side of the island. How do you get rid of them? You have to come at them at 2 angles. Somebody will either A, die while you're trying to dislodge him, or somebody's going to take all the damage, but you've got to dislodge them somehow. So 2 guys go, 1 person gets a kill, the other person gets all the bandages.
Now, we do have a giveaway going in chat on Twitch. You got about maybe 6 minutes, 5 minutes to get into that. Do the thing, follow the channel, type twitch.tv/Lord_Zath, and it's for blue bonuses, which is really handy for grinding up ships in the game, or credits, Commander XP.
Well, Hanover died in a Thunderdome. The only problem is nobody was a clear winner of the Thunderdome.
Metal Machine made a bit of a mistake there. He dipped out of his smoke while he was shooting the Napoli. I think he was paying too much attention to doing damage and enough attention to his positioning. Took some damage as a result of that. But yeah, I mean, Guilty's in the driver's seat here. They've got great board position. And if you want to chase after them, that's fine. But good luck making a dent against the Johnson-Utrecht combo.
I think they realize chasing is bad.
Oh yeah, everybody knows that.
Just have one of the Napolis stay back and defend apples. Like the club and the second Napoli are heading over to Bacon with the Golden Lou and the main pushing.
Well, so that's the problem when you have a situation like that, right? When you've got a team that's kiting away, right? You don't want to chase them, but you also need to make sure that they just don't turn around and come back as soon as you decide to leave. So with Mosman's Napoli heading off this direction, you can already see Nicey Nader's making a turn, and so is Metal Machine. They're both fixing to just come right back in and counter push. So Metal Machine's Johnson's going to go right in front of the Utrecht and smoke up, and the Utrecht will just rain death on anything over here, basically.
Now, over on Chocolate, Vermont's getting farmed out by the Colbert. The Goering has lost a rack of torpedoes, so he only has 1 rack, and that's for Team Bravo.
Yep.
I'm thinking I personally would keep the Vermont spotted, let them get farmed out. Then I would take the Goering and go right at the Nistra and just outright take the trade, because that would leave the Colbert versus the Cerberus, and as we all know, Colbert should actually win that fight against the Cerberus.
We're at the point in the game.
Well, I was going to say whether it's driven by John the Ruthless or not.
We're at the point in this game where, yeah, Entity needs to make something happen, and just sitting isn't going to work. So, big plays, big sacrifices, you know, Fuel Inspector chill in here and the Howlin' Lou bow in. Okay, cool. You're just going to die anyway, so, like, why? You know? So, you know, the main. Why is he behind the Howlin' Lou, who's very close to death and now dead? Why isn't he in front? So...
do you know how much it costs to paint a battleship compared to a cruiser?
I guess.
Right. It's simple economics. It's too expensive to paint the main.
Okay.
Oh, geez, look what's going on at Apples. They're back capping because somebody's in the Thunderdome.
That's exactly what I said will happen. Right now, Mazman is sitting there in the Napoli to try to prevent something from coming into the Thunderdome. Come on. I mean...
But you kind of need a cap because... Well, you don't have any other caps.
Yeah. Now, Vaco, you were saying why we call it Marsilli? We call it Marsilli because it's silly. Vaco, you of all people have played clan battles. Come on. Haven't you faced two Marsillis in tandem pushing on one side? Typically with a Burgon or something else? It's just plain silly.
I got the name from Steve, who used to be in Peon. And yeah, like it is silly, but what it came down to was calling out Marceau, Marsupial, or whatever the hell it is, and then Marceau, like he just...
Big kill by Entity there, yeah. Why you can't make a simple mistake of getting out of your smoke.
Yeah, it turned into just ease of calling out ships without confusing people. So Marsilli it was.
Well, that's true. You've got Marseille and Marceau and Marsupial. It's funny though how many people on YouTube, when they see my videos later on, our casting, they go, "It's pronounced Marseille." I'm like, yeah, I know. Oof! Utrecht just gets wrecked right there by the main, along with the Napolis.
Yeah, by the main that nobody was paying attention to.
I was looking.
Stop taking damage, main. Jesus, do you know how much it costs to paint you?
Now, what's so special about the main, Puddin'?
Crabs, right? Like what are lobster rolls?
I'm talking about the super ship.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the state. It's tier 11.
And?
Yeah, it's tier 11. It's better Montana apparently, but
so what makes it better than Montana? Because it's got the same number of guns.
Right, it's tier 11, so it gets more values. Like I honestly.
Oh, it's actually got quad guns instead of triples.
It's a higher tier Montana because I've literally never seen its FE be useful.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, take less damage. I'm sorry, when 4 ships are shooting me, there's no button in the world that's going to save me from 4 ships.
It's designed to try to make it a better tank. Now, what's interesting is, moments ago, I talked about how Guilty had the board control, and somehow they've lost it all. I really like the trap that they put together in the Thunderdome. We were chatting it up a minute ago. You guys kind of see it all like fall apart right now for Guilty. They thought they could just walk right into A, and I think the real big problem was the Johnston smoking and then continuing to shoot outside of his smoke, and he got clapped completely, and then the Utrecht was all by himself.
I mean, if you ask me, it all started with the sacrifice of the Golden Isle.
And why is that?
But yeah, like, oh my god, this is Zorky still. But I mean, like, the gearing just needs to run. Let them have C. Like, there's a minute left in the game. You control 2 out of the 3 caps. Like, yeah, they still don't even have chocolate yet. But yeah, I think the big misplay would be the Johnson getting caught by like 2 Napolis who have SAP that is known to just yeet destroyers and subs, like
SAP secondaries, yes. SAP secondaries, and then AP primaries. And HE primaries too.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, but I mean, it's like, no, I don't want to go up against 2 Napolis and any DD. Unless it's my gunboat Chevy, then I'll just, I'll gun them down real easy.
Yep. Now you can see with my mod here, I've got the total damage that each of these ships has done in this game, and you can see the tail here. The Napoli and Maine for Entity doing really good work, as well as the Colbert and Hallelujah. Like, those ships did their part, right? They pulled their weight in this game. Meanwhile, you've got the Utrecht and the Zorky that have done really well for Guilty.
Just had to answer that question for somebody.
Hello, Turo. Jesus, there you go, Puddin'. And that's going to be it. No death picks for us from our first game, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll just be sad and sit back here. Well, plenty of people died, but no death pick at the end. I know. Sad. Oh, for God's sakes, I missed a commercial.
By Team Bravo, to be honest with you. Like, a couple misplays by Team Alpha. But I don't. I hate to kind of say misplays because, like, sometimes it's you got to go big or go home.
Yep.
But I think, yeah, the Johnson getting caught definitely just could be a small mistake, but at the end of the day, still one of those go big or go home moments. Like it's always easy to sit here and just criticize everybody for their mistake that like we see because we're not under the pressure. We don't have people yelling at us or talking to us. We're not panicking over time, getting the kill. This guy got away, that guy didn't. Down ships, up ships, things broken, somebody's on fire. Like it's so much more easier just sitting here watching than actually playing.
Well, and you bring up a good point, and something I wanted to mention about this too is you have to remember this is the first time that these teams have played together. Maybe they had some time this morning for them because these are all EU teams. So in their morning before this tournament, maybe they had a little bit of time to get together, talk through some strategies, try to build some sort of team cohesion. But the reality of it is, it's nigh impossible to set together. Apologies for the commercial break going. I was trying to tell you guys before, it's very difficult to get it all set up properly. We would have been fine if the teams had started exactly on time. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. I didn't catch it in time, so I'm going to run another commercial break now just to be safe. And we should hopefully not have to worry about this again. Always difficult when you start the tournament day off because, it's running on its little manager schedule and then you just don't have enough time to build up the commercial-free viewing. So either way, congratulations to, what was that, to NTT that won the first game. So we'll see now where we're going to go from here. Haven. Haven is the next map. Pathfinder, aren't you're not streaming right now? Clefender is the reason why we got those beautiful graphics, by the way. No, Clef's not. Oh, okay. Well, thanks. I was just fixing to do that myself.
I mean, I have to do something around here before the bots completely replace me, except for banning people.
So, like I was saying, this is the first time these teams have faced each other or together. And you've got players from all different skill levels. Thanks, bud. So you don't necessarily have all Super Unicom players. You're going to see people make mistakes. You're going to see people learn why they've made mistakes, right? A lot of these players, they don't get very involved in tournaments, right? You might see them in King of the Sea, but usually by the first day, the end of the first day, they're gone. Or maybe they don't have enough people to form a team. So what is so cool about this tournament and Team League is that you don't have teams that are all 9 Super Unicom players that know all the strats and blah, 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 and never screw up, right? And that is what I think is so fun about watching this play out. And that's what happened just now. We saw that that issue come into play with the Johnston specifically on Team Guilty. So, and you're right, Puddin'. It's very easy. You can say, hey, I want you to go smoke here and do this. And the problem is you don't necessarily know what exactly does that mean, right? And you're not trying to babysit every player. What you need to do is you need to hope that the player understands what you're trying to accomplish while there's 8 other people listening to the caller. That's really hard work, isn't it, Puddin'?
Oh yeah, but I mean, here's another thing that, like, Jesus, my poor throat.
Go smoke some more.
We take advantage, I guess jaded or take advantage of is you're doing a smoke strat. It's like, okay, there goes the radar cruiser. Okay, so there's the Des Moines, there's the Nevsky, there's the Brisbane. There is none of that here. So your DD has to spot.
Yep.
right? So it's not only smoke this guy, get the cap. By the way, spot the 2 Napolis that are a little bit too close to you, and hope you don't die.
Yep. And I gotta say, I really like this idea of no radar. I'm a fan of no radar.
I'm against it. We need to bring subs and carriers into here.
Okay. So you take away one form of spotting, and then you bring in almost a more toxic form? Great.
But I mean, like, to be honest with you, I really want to see subs and carriers and COTS, because the fastest way for Wargaming to fix it, to get off their, it's nobody shows up their tournaments because they're there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And
All right.
Wargaming knows this.
We got a game, Puddin'. Let's take a look at the next game here.
Do we have to?
Yes, we have to. That's why we're here. At least that's what I'm here.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed. So here we go. Game 2. Guilty once again wearing green against Entity, down a game. Guilty's bringing the same lineup, it looks like. So we've got Johnston, Z42, Neustrashimi, Zorky, Cerberus, Utrecht. Venezia this time for a cruiser instead of whatever they had before. I think that was the Marsilli. And then Ushakov and Vermont now. So Black Blueberry wanting a tankier ship. This is a different map, of course. So obviously they got a plan to put him someplace and just not die. Let's see what they can do with that. Tell us about Entity, Puddin'.
NTT, I believe, is bringing the same lineup for the most part, but with the Vermont instead of Ohio. Yeah, we still have the Ledge Golden, the Napoli, the Ledge Club, the Z42. Oh my God, he took Lucians and put points into the skills. It's horrible. Gearing, the Ledge mounted gearing, I completely agree with. Colbert for range makes sense. Yeah, pretty much everybody is the same, built the same way.
Right.
What I was saying, what interesting about was teams didn't swap spawns.
Nope.
Which
So,
means Team Bravo from last game actually picked that spawn.
So typically what happens is when you do pick ban system, the seeded team chooses first for a ban, and then the unseeded team chooses next. So Faroe Islands was banned by Entity, Guilty banned Trap, and then you have the map picks. So Entity picked Sleeping Giant, so then Guilty chose Alpha Spawn, and then that allowed Entity then to choose Game 2's map and spawn. So they chose Haven on Bravo. And Gaelic, yes, one super ship of any class. So if you take 2 super ships, then that means you cannot have 2 super battleships, 2 super cruisers, or 2 super destroyers. Gotta spread around the love a little bit. Hello, Right-Handed Doom. So both teams bringing a brick. Both teams going to A.
I mean, I do have to believe your theory from yesterday. Bring the tier 10s and 1 super ship. I just, like, the utility from the super ships that you would bring are literally banned, right? Like, you can't bring Annapolis.
Imagine if, what's the German destroyer super ship? Z57? Is that it?
Oh, God. Yeah, that's not
right. Yeah. Oh, but wait, Hanover's got the buffed hydro range, right?
Yeah, we saw how well that worked for
Yeah,
Hanover last game.
Right, and then you've got the Clausewitz also has the buffed hydro range too.
Listen, if you get hydroed and killed by Hanover or Clausewitz, you deserve it. Okay, it's that simple. That's like
congratulations, that's what.
By a Rhode Island or Missouri. Like, you can see the ship coming at you. Go the other way.
Turn around.
Pull the destroyer maneuver or anti-sub maneuver. Run away as fast as possible.
Right. Well, the brick takes 2 torpedoes in the face from the Zorky. Simply Cat's just like, haha, neener, neener. He's going to turn back around again.
Well, Yuskov is doing Uskov type like stuff, just eating a bunch of HE.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Z42s going at it again, and over on Chocolate.
Ooh. What is the Ushakov doing?
Getting
Dying?
farmed?
Oof. Nicey Nader taking a torpedo? Or two? Gearing torpedoes, looks like. 2 gearing torps. Ouch.
Wow, 2 Gearing Torps didn't kill him?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Cobbin,
the
sorry that you
significance
didn't enjoy it.
I was going to say the significance of eating a torpedo is it counts almost as citadel damage, which means you cannot heal it back as much as you can HE.
That's correct.
But even with all the HE going on in the Yushkov, you just can't sustain this much firepower. This is what I mean by I've never seen the F key on the main be useful. There's how many ships shooting you? Right, you're going to mitigate one of the 47,000 HE shells coming in at you. Congratulations, you lived for 2 seconds longer and you still didn't reload in time.
Well, the way things are looking so far, we may be in a position to look for game 3.
No. If Team
No?
Bravo wins, we're all going on a parade. We're calling a tournament here, and Team Bravo is just going to be the winner. We're not going to sacrifice Team Bravo's win rate.
Oh, goodness. Well, Gaelic, remember, this is a training room, and training rooms do not cost anything, and these are also press accounts.
Except for our account. Well, except for my account.
Yeah,
my
your
account
account
actually
is.
had to earn the right to have a training room, which was absolutely absurd.
Yeah, but think of the return on investment, Puddin'. You spent all that time playing Indianapolis for days, but now
No.
you don't have to do it again until we do a tournament on the Asia server.
No, it was Omaha and Pensacola. Unfortunately, whenever I won a stupid giveaway for ships, it didn't ask for anything on my EU account.
Hmm.
Oh, that's right, because they used to just give us press accounts. Well, easy
Nice.
dodge by all the torpedoes sent at the Johnson, Venezia, Utrecht.
Well, you say easy dodge, but I mean, they're gearing torpedoes, so a little bit less time to react, and neither of those ships, those 3 ships, have hydro.
Right, and none of them actually
Ooh.
turned to dodge the torps too, because they're...
Look, Howden's got defensive anti. Look at all the planes that he shot down. Look at that, Puddin'. See?
Oh, yeah, good thing you shot them as they all left.
Yeah, exactly. They won't come back again, at least for another minute and a half or something.
Don't worry, you'll never deplane the Utrecht. Oh, let's watch how many planes get shot down from the Golden now.
Well, he also doesn't exactly know where to drop them.
Oh, but they still dropped. Oh. Oh, what's going on at Bacon? Just still kind of a standoffish of...
Yeah, this side of the map is typically like that. It's a lot of back and forth.
What I like and dislike at the same time...
Ooh.
Well, I mean, I love watching the Colbert kill one of your destroyers. But I
I
kind of
don't.
like the aggression of the players on, aka the kite side, to be like, listen, we're not going to give you a chance just to march up on us. We're going to be proactive on keeping you at bay while we just completely dominate apples because
The enemy is about to win.
you won't give us bacon. So they're going with chocolate-covered apples. Must be Halloween.
There you go. Yeah, no, NCT's doing a really nice job of just controlling the flank that they feel is going to be the push side, which I think also was Guilty's push side too. But yeah, I mean, some really good kills from Entity, just kind of helping to control this game.
Now, I mean, it's not impossible to come back in this type of format of a 9v9.
Well, we saw that last game, essentially.
But the problem Guilty had, right? I believe it is Guilty. They lost the battleship, and their battleship is the thing that, you know, will stop push. Like your torpedoes will also stop a push.
Yep.
But what you're trying to do with the torps is stop the battleship from pushing to not eat your cruisers. And when you don't have a battleship on one side, it makes it easier for the cruisers to be a little bit more aggressive because nobody's going to yeet them.
Yep.
Except for torpedoes.
You saw Abyssal just now with the Venezia. He fired his guns. And because he fired his guns and that smoke fire penalty applied, he was detected in his smoke, which is oof.
Ooh, Zorka just took a chunk from...
One of the problems in this game now, when you get to these 9-on-9 battles, the maps are bigger, there's a lot going on, it's harder to keep track of everything, and there's just too many shells for the game to display. So you might see a ship just suddenly lose hit points, and you've got no idea what or why, except for the damage monitor.
Oh no, that probably came from the main, because it was AP.
Right, but what I'm saying is the shells didn't render, they don't show up in the game. So you just see the bar drop, and you're like, what?
I actually did see the shells come in.
Oh, well, I did not.
It's okay.
And I was looking right at him.
Gaelic forgives you. A lot of torpedoes coming in on a Colbert.
Yeah, if only I had Hydro. Don't worry, he'll take one and then use it. Hey, there it is.
Good thing he dodged. Like, I just...
Yeah, right? Wow.
I mean, it does... I can see him, like... Ironically, this is one of the situations where, like, yeah, pop it, because you know there's a Zorky. Like...
10 seconds.
You know, the Zorky torps came in front of you, so, okay, maybe the Johnson's cross-torping me also.
1 second. And it is official. I don't get a death pick for the first round.
The horror.
So I'll just do that. I guess that's good enough.
Only 3 ships died, so, I mean, well played by everybody to, you know, keep the fight going.
Yep. All right, I'm going to go to the winner screen. And I got to see if we can find another game here, guys. Puddin', can you back out and see if you can find one?
That's what I'm already doing.
Alrighty then. In the meantime, congratulations, Entity. And we're going to see if we can find ourselves a game 3, guys. I'm going to run a commercial break while we run through training rooms and search. Where are you at now, Puddin'?
Well, I went down, but it looks like TCA and shots ended. Somebody won.
Okay.
Good. So I will check FFP and FSO.
Okay.
Well, they haven't dropped yet, but you better hurry up and get in
Okay,
here.
tell them I'm coming. You said it was FFP and FSO?
Yes.
Who's the host? I don't even see it on my list. Oh, I see it. I see it.
That's game 3. So it's all tied up.
Woof. Just in time.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
So FFP and FSO. All right, tied up. Woof.
Did a lot of typing there. I'm exhausted. I gotta go lay down. Time for a cigarette break, guys. All right, so maybe we can get lucky and have Team Bravo win 2.
Maybe.
in a row.
Let's see. I think I go to reversed screen on this one. I do. And this is FFP. FP versus FSO-1. And this is going to be game 3 by itself. Pickup game. All right. So you can see the games are typically going to be on Ocean or Riposte when we get to a game 3. So FSO in green, with a Shimakaze full torpedo spec, leaving 2 flags behind. A Daring, another Shimakaze full torpedo spec, taking the flags with them. A Condi, a Brennus, a Venezia, an Henri, wow, an Ohio, and a Montana. So they went for the 1 super ship option and 8 tier 10s. What about for you, Puddin'?
Well, for us, we have our first Holland, I believe we've seen all day, and that's Ledge Mod, a not just shimmy, makes sense. The Austin, which should have been banned. The Zorky, a Venezia, the super ship being the Devastation, and then a Conqueror. We need more HE. A Utrecht and a Fletcher. So they went with the 2 super ship options.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting that they want all British battleship.
Well, so it kind of makes sense, right? You just fire HE and don't think. Although Conqueror has got a heavy AP skill, it's also got the unique upgrade, which is kind of interesting. Let me see if I can find some information about the pick bans for this one.
Well, clearly Austin wasn't banned.
No, Austin wasn't banned. Now, why do you think Austin needs to be banned, Puddin'?
I don't know. Why not?
Okay. I have no idea what channel they're using.
Because I can't remember what ship was banned yesterday, and we were both thinking, why would you ban that ship?
Tulsa.
Yeah. It would go like, why? Like if somebody said, "Oh, we're gonna ban the Austin," like, what? Why? What are you thinking?
Right. Okay.
Now I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of flat-fold on why the Holland went pure torps. I would actually go a little bit more into my guns and just beat the living Jesus out of whatever DD is contesting me, because the unique upgrade is broken in my opinion on the Holland. Don't nerf it at all, please, Wargaming.
So the unique upgrade basically gives it a lot of tankiness, right? Because it's able to heal up a lot more.
You heal more, you get another heal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't see the downside in it. Like, I don't see the downside in the Gearing's unique upgrade, but people will go, oh, that point whatever seconds just kills DPM on the Gearing. Well, it still shoots really fast.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, you know, Montana's unique upgrade where you literally it's in a wrong slot because you have to give up concealment, and oh look, people see you further, and yeah, the bonus it's just not there anymore.
So plasmatic detected in the Condi. Utrecht takes a torpedo or 2 from Shimakaze. But yeah, I mean, Holland is a nice choice with the unique upgrade, absolutely. Other than the fact that there's no hydro. I'm really surprised to see so few ships taking hydro, because without the radar, it really turns into a luck chuck fest with torpedoes from destroyers, especially this map.
Well, I mean, the RPF should be enough for you to understand, like, at this level, you should understand where the torps are coming from anyways.
Why do you say at this level? Remember, not everybody in this is a super unicum.
Right, but you do have the unicum still helping people. Right?
Yeah, but the unicums are also trying to play the game too and make the plays. So
we'll be fine.
Okay.
But I mean, like, you have RPF on your DDs. Like, you hopefully have the sense of torpedoes are going to be coming from this direction.
Mm-hmm. All right. Ah, there's the thread. Okay, it was underneath a suggested. That's the reason why I didn't see it. Okay. So for this one...
Oh, Holland's opening up on the Daring. We're finally having our slap fight over at Bacon.
Banned ships for this one were Colombo, Napoli, and Colombo Gearing.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm. What
Holland
is up
coming
with...
way a little bit better over at Bravo, or Bacon, as I like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
What were you going to say?
So I was gonna say, why would you want to take a Brennus? I mean, I guess it's a decent anti-cruiser cruiser, but... Slap fight going on in B-Cap, by the way.
Why would you take an Austin?
That's another good question.
Oh no, the Holland gonna have to use another heal that's better than the Daring. Who's down to 1, by the way.
Yeah, he's got
And
one
Holland
left.
has, gonna have 2 left.
So it looks like TFD in firm control of the ACAP. I'm sorry, that's FFP. And FSO-1 is in control of no cap right now.
Well, like, how long is it going to take the Shimmy to get into C? Like, even if I was just Daring, you're doing a good job of keeping the Holland from getting B, but at, like, what point do you just go, kind of need to get a cap before these points get out of hand?
Happy Yeet is looking for a shot on Plasmatic, but you're absolutely right. You can't allow one cap to keep gaining points for free.
Well, good choice on Conde. Should have went Lighthouse build so they could spot you even more while they farm you out.
Yep. Daring dies. And there goes Plasmatic. Yeeted away by Happy Yeet's devastation.
I
2
missed what
quick
killed
kills.
the Daring. Was it guns?
The Holland. I don't know if it was the guns or the torp.
But I mean, well,
It looks like it was a torp.
Yeah, I was gonna say well played by the Holland, but we have shimmy torps coming in on the Nistra and the Holland, and they're both broadside.
Dude, that would be...
So is this a get down, Mr. President?
Oh, he's reversing. Whoa. 1, 2. Huge torpedo salvo from Gruby. Oruski Leon's Shimakaze. Is that the one with 2 flags missing? Yeah. Yeah, see? That's how he's just showing off now.
Is why you take survivability expert and a destroyer. You can eat a torpedo and still walk away.
Oh, Nustra took a survivability expert. Absolutely, he did.
Yeah,
but
he took 2 torpedoes.
that's the
Oh,
problem.
Now, because Holland took a torp, he's not going to be able to fully heal back. And ironically, the Shimmy can actually, if he got a 1v1, could take out the Holland.
2 big kills going on over here, all the way on the 10 line.
What? There was
FSO-1
action going on the 10 line for a change?
Yeah, FSO-1's like, all right, we just had a couple really big torpedo hits here. Take one of our cruisers away from us.
Well, Brennus spotted. Now he's going to be under heavy fire.
Yeah?
I just don't agree with the Shimmy getting off Bacon.
Well, I think he's sussing out the Holland nearby, but I agree. You can't just give up that land.
You outspot him. Like, everybody's moved over. Just play the game. You know he's eating a torpedo, right? Unless they believe that it was the
Nustra. Yeah.
Nistra that ate 3, but basic math would tell you that no, you hit something else too.
But again, you know, you're thinking of it from a Unicom's perspective. And
well, I mean, more importantly, I'm also a spectator, and I know this, and like in game,
yeah, you do.
Like, I don't know if the Holland took one, but you know, I had 3 torps hit something.
But you also can't expect the entire enemy team to immediately know what ship took what. I mean, I'm sure the Shima said, "Oh, I got 3 torpedo hits," and then they see the Nusra sink. But
Right.
do they have the time to talk about, okay, that means that the Holland had to take one as well? Maybe they're in the middle of something else and then it just gets missed in the communication. How many times does that happen to you when you're calling clan battles, Puddin?
Never, because I scream and yell very precisely.
There you go.
No, but I mean, like, still, I would leave the shimmy on there. You outspot the Holland. You have backup in the Henry Brennis, Hannah. You have smoke. There is no radar, and if anything's close enough to hydro you, why is your Montana not killing it?
I mean, I completely agree that Shimakaze is being way too passive at this point in the game. He can't really afford to be so passive.
Right, and I'm rooting for Team Bravo, so stay away from that cap, Shimmy. Well, I make fun of you for not being on the cap.
That's the spirit. I
mean,
didn't
it's
realize
just
Brennis doesn't come with a hydro. Interesting.
I mean, why? Like, there's no radar, like you say. Why are you not bringing, like, hydro ships?
Yeah. Especially on this map, you would think hydro is king, but, I don't know.
I mean, it's just so much more work on your DDs to be screening things.
And possibly taking torpedoes, like what we saw a minute ago.
Well, it's been more than a minute.
Okay, fine. A few minutes ago.
Now, I don't like the not focus fire on the Ohio from Team Bravo. Like,
Yeah,
everybody
you noticed
shoots the
that.
Ohio they can.
Ooh! Happy takes a Sumatorp. A couple of them. Oh! And the Conqueror. Uh-oh. Good thing he's got unique upgrade pudding.
Now, it don't matter. Ooh, Fletcher done a nice job getting rid of the shimmy. Unfortunately, the shimmy still managed to kill 2 of your ships.
I mean, but that's what needs to happen. The Fletcher's gotta, you know, do the anti-DD work, like you were saying. Puts him out to be spotted by everything else, though.
I mean, it should be fine with no smoke.
It'll buff out.
What? I mean, Team Bravo has lost B cap due to the shimmy, so put the Holland in there.
Yeah. And, Shimakaze, hello? Hello, Shimakaze.
Shimmy gonna eat torps?
Brown alert. Nope, he's okay.
Wow.
And that, ironically enough, that turns him into the B cap so he can stop their cap point gain. And he's getting out of it.
I mean, like, even the funnier thing is, that turns into one of those really rare situations to where turning in is the correct choice 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
But if he had turned out, like, they died anyways, but they just had that little extra oomph. The shimmy would have ate one because he turned in.
You don't get HIV and Brennis. Oh, the Henri, yeah. Rather have a Hindi instead of Brennis. Yeah, I agree with you completely, Vaco. I don't think Brennis is a good choice here.
The Holland was kind enough to eat a couple Zorky torps meant for the Montana.
I wouldn't be surprised if a number of players are looking at this saying, I want to play a ship that I don't have. Right? I mean, Brennis is a relatively new ship, and I believe it's, what, Research Bureau points?
I
So
have no clue.
if you know, haven't had a chance to play it, here's your opportunity to play it for free and test drive it. Same thing maybe some of the players thought with the Z42 we saw in previous games.
Yeah, but I mean, the Z42 makes sense.
Of course it does.
Hindenburg kind of makes sense. Like, why are you playing an Austin and, well, I mean, Austin's in smoke, but I mean, still are better ships for that.
4 minutes to go until a Team Bravo victory. That's FFP. Unless FSO-1 can make something happen here. Felipe's trying to make a play. Holland detected, took a hit, but he's still alive. No more heals remaining.
I mean,
Tell you what, the ball's on this Montana on Felipe, just saying, I held this, I'm going in. I'm going to draw all their fire, all the torpedoes. I'm going to root them out from their smoke, and then I'm just going to kill them.
right. And that's the problem with that unique upgrade for the Montana. It's just not what it used to be.
So the unique upgrade on it means that you burn less and you flood less.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
But then Holland says, hi.
Oh, Austin spotted, and he should die.
The enemy is about to win.
Should is the operative word. War Gambling Enjoyers Ohio shells coming in, and they connect. 4.5 minutes left in the game.
That kill put it like that could switch it here, but I mean,
Henri,
like, everybody's got to kill the Henry here.
And it's going to happen because the Henri is continuing to just YOLO straight in for God knows why. So,
I mean, at this point, he has no option. Like, they have to know the shimmy's in there because, you know, they're technically resetting the living daylights out of the Henry. And, oh, look, the cap is still flipping.
yeah, but the key is that's no point
to
gain.
get on B cap now.
All destroyers left for and one cruiser. Fletcher takes a torpedo from the Shimakaze again. Huge kill for them.
The enemy is about to win.
Now, if I'm the Shimakaze, I'm just going to go to the Holland, right? Straight at the Holland. Follow your nose, your radio location, and just kill him. Because the Ohio otherwise is pretty much going to die, and you need the Ohio to kill the Venezia. So, you know the Holland is out in the middle of everything? Just go straight at him. Take him down.
I mean, that's one strategy. Or you could gunboat the Zorky and the Venezia and just kill them. That's another strategy.
I
not the
guess.
best.
The problem is Shimakaze took a little bit too much time trying to get into that. And again, that could be the delay in command. Good dodge there. A delay in command decision, you know, like, do I go to B? What do I do? And, you know, a lot of talking, furious talking back and forth. What's going on? Blah, blah, blah.
Shimmy is spotted. For
Yep.
whatever reason. I wonder if it was the Zorky that spotted him, but like the Ohio just literally missed the Zorky to get the resets.
Yeah, the Zorky just literally paced right at him because Zorky's got his radio location as well. This tournament is indeed cross.
Go to C. Zorky's doing the right thing. Just push the shimmy.
This tournament is indeed cross-server, by the way. There are players in the past that have participated from the North American server, and a couple even from the Asia server. This time around, it's all EU, though.
And we're very grateful that they didn't do a 7 o'clock start for us.
Well, that's one of the reasons why it's better for NA players. It's more comfortable. Certainly is for me for, you know, starting the stream.
The enemy is about to win.
Well,
Now there's a minute 30 left. Oh my God, the shimmy shot. Why would you shoot shimmy?
probably to try to keep the Zorky shooting so War Gambling can shoot as well. It's all on the Ohio. It's all miss. Right, Vaco. That's what I was kind of concerned about. Like, HIV turned in and he didn't need to. The Henri turned in and
Well,
you don't get caught bow in an Henri.
now, like, I would say the teams that we've seen be more successful,
Solid hit there.
they try to keep people that have played together, like within the same clan, with ships on the same side, right? Because they know them. And that could be some of the reason why, for whatever reason, you have the Conde and Henry split. They should have had them together, just
Yes.
shoving at something. Would have been much, much better. There's 25 seconds left in this game.
That is correct. I'm not going to get a death pick again.
I don't know. Maybe the Holland just goes right at the shimmy and
No.
they trade, right?
No. Our best option is the Venezia here, dying. But that ain't going to happen because he's turning out.
Well, he could detonate.
Wrong game, Puddin'.
Well, not when shots miss like that. And Team Bravo
All
is
right.
on a win
Well,
streak.
so that will be FFP in this case. Yep. So congratulations to them. Sam as winner.
Great game.
Yeah, it was. Okay, now, question is, what are we looking at for timing here?